Conspiracies, government cover-ups, Earth mysteries, monster cryptids.
Hospital Porter's Pride and Dignity. Stop the New World Order. Welcome to HPANWO TV and welcome to this, the 100th reply to comments video. This is the 100th. We take the big 3 zeros, the big 100, the 3 numbers. Yes, it's the century. Yes. This is the 100th video in which I replied to your comments. Slightly more than that, actually, because before I started doing the general reply to comments videos, I did a few UFO disclosure reply to comments videos, I remember, so it's a bit more than that. But anyway, this is the 100th general reply to comments video, and the reason I make these videos is because I don't have time to reply by text, because I get so many comments. Now, I feel obliged to reply in some form because some of your comments are long and well thought out. And I feel, you're entitled to, because you take the time to give me a feedback, for me to give you some more feedback. And so I replied to your comments, and so I feel I should reply to your comments. Now some of you think, well, Ben, what's the point in doing this? I only want to reply to one comment. I'm not going to watch a 9-hour video just for that. Well, you don't have to, because I'll put a timestamp under the comment replying to you, telling you exactly when. Within an hour of the upcoming reply to comments video, I'm going to reply to you. And these videos in this project are not 9 hours long anymore. They're far shorter because I do them more often. Also, another reason I do these videos, I enjoy doing them. And many of you viewers enjoy watching them. Some of you I know watch them all the way through, even if you haven't commented. So, with no further ado, let us go straight over to the last comment that was left more than 3 weeks ago after the last video. I've left it a bit longer this time because I seemed to have got fewer comments last time. But anyway, Rhiannon Raven says, the 99th comments reply video. There should be a small buffet and woo-woo tea party to celebrate the 100th. Well, yeah, let's have one, guys. Yes, it's here now. And Michelle says underneath, maybe if everyone take some psychedelics, they can all meet up in the other place. Oh, blimey, that'd be a meet-up for all meetups. Hugo Rune says, thanks, Ben, looking forward to this. This is, by the way, on reply to comments 99, the last one. So thanks, Hugo, hope you enjoy it. Stuart Brayman says on reply to comments 99, hi, Ben. Hugo Rune says, Ben, thank you, I'll have to watch this again, then I will comment. Fine, Hugo, take your time, mate, take your time. Don't seem to have far fewer. Have we really got? Is this all the comments I've got? Oh, no, I'll just go through them anyway. I seem to have got fewer for some reason. Anyway, Ravenhill Firelord says here on reply to comments 99. Good evening, Ben. I wondered, if Trump gets elected as president again this November, how will the relationship between the UK and the US change? Now we have Starmer as Prime Minister. Could Starmer, being on the left and Trump being on the right, get along and the US and UK still have close bonds? Thanks, Benz, and nighty night. Oh, Ravenhill. I think that there's going to be quite a bad relationship between Trump and Starmer. They have a totally different vision for the world. And in fact, I think Trump will probably get on better with our European neighbours, certainly, and we'll get on better with Russia as well. It could be Britain may end up being some kind of left-wing North Korea, which is like a holdout in the sort of populist world. I hope so. Although obviously I hope Britain joins them. David Splendid Isolation says in reply, it's coming to the point when I'd rather under Trump than Britain become the 51st state of the United States than what they have planned for us. Well, David, I wouldn't. Under the current circumstances, I would. Although I'd hope it'd be a temporary thing. There's a good film called The 51st State, actually. Samuel L. Jackson, Robert Carlyle, circa comedy. It's pretty good. And David also says to Ravenhill, Nigel Farage has reported that Trump's team have contacted him for advice about David Lammy. What's he about and how to deal with him? God blimey, yeah. So Trump is, because Lammy's now the bloody foreign secretary, isn't he? Yes. And so Trump is, if Trump wants to know how to deal with some horrid lefty-lovey in the British government, he's gone to the right place. He's gone to Farage. He knows Farage, they're good mates. I got a feeling with Trump as president, if he'll pay a state visit to Britain at some point, but he'll probably spend more time in Nigel than he will with Starmer. Definitely. It's going to be a bit of a slap in the face for Starmer, actually, because Trump's going to get off the aeroplane and Starmer's going to be holding his hand out, and Trump will walk straight past him and go and embrace Nigel. Same video, Jonathan Carlos. Hello, Jonathan Carlos. How are you? Hey, Ben. Thanks for your reply. You're welcome, Jonathan. I've got one again. I get you missing the mumbles. I'm not saying he is, but I've had some real a-holes in my life and missed them when they're gone, or rather missed the routine of them that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I don't miss all skeptics. I certainly don't miss the droid trolls. They were just evil and nasty. And there's nothing. I don't miss a-holes, unlike you. But Steve mumbling is different. I mean, I actually don't dislike Steve. I think he's wrong, and could be. I don't really take his kind of like rhetoric really seriously. I think it's almost like a game to him. It's almost like a form of banter. It don't really bother me. Jonathan carries on. Your mumbles voice really does make me laugh, but not as much as your bollocks voice. Brian Cox voice. All right, yeah. Mum's absolute rubbish. And then Professor Brian Cox. Nubbies. Jonathan says, sorry, should have said zombie instead of Z. My thinking was that it being watched brought it to the top of the pile of the Surface scams. But that's me thinking YouTube works like Windows. I think I'll watch it, excuse me. I think I'll watch it again at some point, so I'm curious as to what would have got pulled. One thing I can think of is some reference to medication shrugs. Take care, buddy and Bungle. Thanks, Jonathan. Anything to do with medication, you know what I mean by medication. That does get pulled, yes. And then indeed, it's not the zombie subject that got it, it was the medication thing that got it. Yeah, it was that got it. Because, of course, I did bring up medications in the zombie talk as part of the discussion. If I do it again, I'll still bring it up, but I'll just speak in slightly more guarded language. And Jonathan says underneath, oh, and I almost forgot, absolute rubbish. Yeah. David Splendid Isolation says on reply to comments 99, Russia and Putin formally asked about joining NATO, not once but twice, and was snubbed on both occasions. You can guess why. Yeah, Russia joining NATO precludes the existence of NATO in the first place. That's the thing. NATO is a dinosaur of the Cold War that's been dragged. It's been dragged on because basically they just now want to give. Because if the vision for Russia that they had intended had gone ahead, they would have just disbanded it. But of course, Russia didn't turn into what they wanted to. They turned it into what it is, which is the opposite of what the globalists wanted. Right, Ben in the Desert, part 2 of 3. Pursuing says, thanks for the shout-out at 1:32:30:22. The replays for the Contact in the Desert lectures are now available. Yeah, and I wrote underneath, you're welcome, I'll catch up on the ones I missed. Right, now this is, which one was this? Hang on, let me just find it. Because, I mean, I did actually, I know what he's talking about because I did check it up. I'm just going to go and look for it now. Yeah, it's number 2, and it's 1 hour. Was in 1 hour 30? 1 hour 30:22. Right, here we go. 1 hour 30:22. Good job. This is a bloody 2-part.
Gotta just be careful.
That's the smart way to do it, and then you don't have to carry a bunch of stuff around.
Yeah, exactly. It's nice to meet you. Take care.
These stalls were amazing. You see a reflection of me there.
Bye-bye. Oh, some more books over here. Alien Viruses. Robert M. Wood with Nick Redfern, we all know, don't we? Second one, a crash retrieval conference, that's from 2004. And this one it's like another that book again, it's like a flying saucer. This is an
I got the Ryan Wood's new Magic Eyes.
Originally a book, it's now a second edition. Colin lent me the first.
I didn't buy it there because I was a bit short of money and I didn't want to have to carry it all the way home because my case was nearly full. But I have ordered it over here.
First edition, I remember. He was really, really keen that I gave it back because it was very rare at the time.
Because it went out of print. And
it is actually out again. The AI Ufologist. Dark Skies, Michael Schrapp book. That's interesting. Dark Skies.
Pursuing, there we are, see? Marketing Events Promotion. The marketing agency for the UFO and consciousness community. Pursuing X, that's him, this chap here, Pursuing X. Oh, you're welcome, Pursuing X, you're absolutely welcome, glad to help. I'd love to go, if I can afford it, I'll go next, what's this? If I can afford it, I'll go next, whoops. If I can afford it, I'll go next year. Right, we've got reply to comments 19. Oh, is it reply to comments 99? What's this? You can select a maximum of 20 comments. I don't want to select any comments. Sorry, something weird's going on. Ignore me. Timothy Jeffers says here. Reply to comments 99. I was browsing your videos and came across Sasha Christie accusing you of being sacked by the NHS for happy slapping a fellow colleague, and she said you will deny this. I was curious and found something. Here we go. What's this? Let's just put you on share again. What's this?
Well, thanks all for coming.
Oh, this is really
much
old.
appreciated. Thank you.
This is my first ever live show. Yes.
For anyone who's watching this at home on HPANWO TV, some of you might have heard a little.
Oh, what's? I don't know. He's just given. He hasn't actually. Let's just see what point he wants to make. Where you confirm you were accused of this and had an unusual request to take the Porter's video off the internet. Yes, I was accused of that I was accused of that by management as well. Yes, I was. I also read, they requested I take several videos off the internet, but they did not. I asked them, well, if I do that, is that the end of the matter? And they just didn't say anything. I've also read. Sorry, this is Timothy. He says, I've also read your HPANWO blog, saying your shop steward managed to get the accusation dropped during your disciplinary case. He did, yes. Well, what he did was he said that the management just said, okay, we'll leave that one then. Yeah. After all these years, surely it's okay to upload the Porter's video again to show you were just having fun, unless, of course, it portrays you as a bullying and happy slapping, in which case you will want the video to be kept off the internet. I see, so you're challenging me to prove myself innocent. Right. If I can find it, I would do. The problem is the man. I think I'd have to ask his permission. The thing is, the man, his mother contacted me and asked me to take it down. She actually asked me not to show it around about the same time I was suspended. She asked me to delete it. I don't even know if I still got it actually. If I do, I could share it with you privately. If you want to email me, bennyj74@gmx.co.uk, I might share it with you privately, and then you can see for yourself. Right, reply to comments 99. James Stasiak said, I'm going to be in the 100th reply to comments video. What happened to Slaxer? Slaxer's gone very quiet lately. Let's just see if I can't find him on. He's very, very difficult to get hold of. Where is he? Oh dear. Right. Let's see. Even his channel is now a bit difficult to search for. I'll put Asnada. That's it. Alright, if you put Slacks Asnada, it's a bit easier to find. Here we go. He's called his channel Asnada. I don't know what that means. Here we are. Here's Slacksy. But as you can see, he's not uploaded for 11 months. The point is, I'm not sure exactly how I can. I could go and visit him at home and just drop in on him. This was his last upload. It's a gaming video. A lot of people, I just said, look, let us know you're alright, buddy. And someone said, get a room, that's silly. Hope you're doing alright, mate. I kept saying this. And a lot of people saying, hope everything's alright, mate. Best wishes. Jager Blitz said, hey, it's been 4 months. Loved your content. Hope you're doing well. Give us an update soon. And I said, have you heard from him? When people go quiet on social media these days, it makes me concerned, I said. And it does. He sent me, he put up a Christmas community notice, I remember. Here we go. Have a peaceful Christmas in 2024, filled with love and joy. I think I might have. Did I reply to him? I didn't. Oh, that's the last I've heard from him. Now, as I said, when people go quiet on social media these days, I do get concerned. And of course, he's not in the best place mentally. What I'll do is I'll see if I can. Is there any way I can get hold of him? Because I can't find him. He's off Facebook. I could go knock on his door. I mean, that's one thing I can do. I don't want to do that because I know he values his privacy. I know where he lives. I could go and knock on his door. Maybe I should. Maybe it's got to the point where I need to do that. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what's happened to him, I'm afraid, James. I hope he's okay. Trump shooting live stream. Michelle says, Brexit now, lol. Well, yeah, I'd be in a sense it'd be nice. I sometimes feel that Brexit sort of happened in name, but then it's the government just immediately backtracked and just started carrying on as if Brexit never happened. For example, they've obeyed the diktats of the European Court of Human Rights, which is crazy. It's absurd, but they do. Yeah. Anyway, so it'd be nice to have now we've had Brexit. Let's have real Brexit. That's what I say. Same video, Trump shooting live stream. Jack Parker just found after digging and fishing. Ben again. glad to have you back, Jack. Jack Parker says here on the same video. Jack, I remember, does lots of. He tends to do lots of comments in separate bits. Another unavoidable truth, I think. Donald Trump's mouth has gotten him in more trouble than he can handle. His frankness is too much. He needs to be a president for the people, and not this aspiring apartheid agenda. Seems to be the course. Right. I don't know what you mean by aspiring apartheid agenda. Apartheid meaning racial segregation, which I don't think he's in favour of. I think, ironically, it's the left now who are in favour of segregation. They're the ones who are saying that there should be racial profiling and affirmative action and things like this. Which means there are different rules for different races. Jack Parker, same video. He says, I'm also suspecting shadow banning of our orator. Oh, you can bet it. You can bet. He's not. He hasn't been put back on. Has he been put back on Facebook? On Twitter? He was banned from Twitter. I remember when he was still president. But either way, I mean, there'll be steps to. Although Elon likes him. You see, Elon has endorsed him, so that is a good step. Soon after the shooting, Elon endorsed him. So I imagine he's back. Donald Trump. Here we are, real Donald Trump, and I'm following him. Yeah, he's on Twitter here. He's back on Twitter. And there we go. There he is. 45th President of the United States. This is mugshot, yeah. And this is various speeches he's made and things, yeah. So there you go. So the Donald is back. Yes. All right. Jack Parker. One might guess also that Donald Trump felt and injured his ear at the same time intentionally. I don't think when bullets are flying around him, I don't think he'd think, what's he going to do, get out a pair of scissors and go clip? Like, I remember one of the Agatha Christie stories had a woman doing that. She injured her own ear to pretend she'd almost been shot. Trump shooting live stream, Jack Parker. What amounts to fabricated belief has nothing to do with analysis. I agree. Not sure what your point is, but I agree. Jack, he jumped out of his shoes. Maybe that's it. Maybe he did. Maybe that's why he couldn't find his shoes. Some people run faster out of their shoes. Oh, there are athletes who don't wear shoes. That's right, just run barefoot. But anyway, I used to play basketball barefoot, actually. At least when I was playing. Not when I did proper matches against other schools, but I did when I was practicing. I'd play barefoot. Trump shooting live stream. Gavin says, what do you think of this, Ben? Okay, we've got YouTube. We have a YouTube link.
Most guys' t-shirts have this one weird gap that makes...
Come on. Is Keir Starmer a British intelligence asset? It's 23 minutes long.
He openly talked with His Majesty.
Oh, I'm almost certain he's got to be. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I don't have time to watch that now, but wouldn't surprise me at all, Gavin. Right. Trump shooting. Davis blends in isolation. All the cartridges were perfectly aligned in the book depository. Obviously placed there, yeah. It's like they're teasing us. Like they say, look, we know we can fool you, or fool most of you. There are so many anomalies on that floor, including the sniper's nest, which was moved around by the police in terms of boxes and their configurations. They found a German Mauser initially, as you know. Later on, had to change it to a Manica Italian rifle. It was a Manica Carcano, wasn't it? Bolt-action rifle, an old one, old design. The girls on the stairs also proved that Lee Harvey Oswald wasn't dashing down the stairs at that time, and he really was on the second floor at the time of the shooting. Geraldine Reid, who was the secretary on the floor at that time, initially denied having encountered Lee Harvey at the same time, as was his custom to get change for the Coke machine, but much later in her life told principal researcher Robert Groden that she did indeed give change to LHO at the time of the shots, and to please not reveal this while she was alive. That she said she was fearful, but it's revealed now. And obviously this information exonerates Lee Harvey Oswald entirely. Quite so, David, and you know, it's extraordinary actually, because a lot of these information does come out later. It comes out much later, and by people who say, "Oh, don't tell anyone," but this is what I really meant when I said this instead. I mean, you get loads of them. You know, Fife Symington, for example. There's loads of people like that. Yeah. But that's very interesting, David. Yeah, see, that information does exonerate him, but it wasn't in the Warren Commission report. It was not in. It was not discussed by the police. It was not in any of the reports. So what I'm guessing is that Geraldine was told, "Don't say that when the police come around to ask. Just tell them something else." And then much later she said, "Actually, that's not what really happened." You know. New video, Oxford Graffiti 8. Fettler John says that Humber Hawk shooting brake is just the sort of car Quatermass would drive. Looks like he's in town. Oh, that's what the car was. Yeah, the old car I found, Quatermass. Hope he's not found a pit. Maybe that's what maybe that's what they're digging up on Botley Road. Maybe there's some creature down there, or a buried flying saucer, you know. That's Quatermass in the Pit is a brilliant film if you've not seen it. Get the original movie, not the remake. The remake's rubbish. Angela Kenyon said on Oxford Graffiti 8. Hi Ben, around 10 o'clock, that watermelon left out. Well, after a week, no animals have gone near it. Tells you something, doesn't it? Not a melon grown naturally. Love the video, thank you. Oh, you're right, Angela. Yeah, maybe it was GMO. You're right. Maybe it was. I mean, the deers usually eat these sorts of things. Yeah. A Crooked Beat says on Trump shooting live stream, FBI Donald Duck. Duck. Oh, very funny. Trump shooting live stream, Barry says here, that kid doesn't have to be a lefty, Ben. There are some interesting witnesses saying he was right-wing. Cult of personalities can often attract mentally unstable people. That's the risk with it. It's happened before. It's also possible to be right-wing and hate Trump. These positions are not mutually exclusive. Oh, that's true. There are the never-Trumpers, these anti-Trump Republicans, yeah. And personally, I'm wondering, you see, if someone put him up to it. There's always they leave these little clues, like Lee Harvey Oswald was a communist. It's like he lived in Russia. Things like that. Trump shooting live stream. David Smith. Oh, here we go. Strap yourselves in. I think you're a bit skewed here, Ben. Trump and the right-wing media have waged hate campaigns that you yourself have gotten behind. Have I? The war on woke, right? That's not a hate campaign, David. That's a love campaign, if anything. That's a campaign of common sense and decency. It's not hate. The hate aimed at trans people, right? Well, that's not me. I don't hate trans people. I'm critical of the of modern trans culture. Doesn't mean I hate trans people. Taking away the choice of people to have abortions. Yeah, right. Yes, taking away the choice of people. And you can't say women these days, can you? Because they're just birthing people. I do want to take the choice of people away to kill babies. Yes, I do. People should not have the right to kill babies. You were a baby once. How would you feel if they killed you? You wouldn't have a say in the matter, though, would you? Because you can't speak out. That's why they do it. David continues. Trump himself has incited people in actions that led to deaths. Example, please? Not to mention all the crimes he's found guilty and liable for. Oh, right. This is the Stormy Daniels thing and the stupid documents in his Florida stuff. That's all set. That was a setup, David. It was a complete setup. Look how they've just dropped it now. It's just gone down the toilet because it's not serious. It was never meant to be serious. You know, this is like... I know Trump may not be an angel. He may not be in his personal life. I'm sure he's not. But I mean, it's crazy to suggest that somehow he's a monster. When Joe Biden and Bill Clinton and Barack Obama and Kamala Harris, they're just such lily white angels. I wonder, would you be saying that if it was them? If you found out this information about them? He carries on. When you have Nazi sympathizers supporting you, why would that be? All right. David, Trump is not responsible for the kind of people who support him. That's up to them. This is crazy. When he was being told by news people to denounce, was it David Duke? This is a guy, he didn't even know his name. Will you denounce David Duke? Trump didn't even know David Duke's name, and David Duke is a supporter of his. I mean, no one ever went up to Biden and said, "Will you denounce BLM? Will you denounce the people who said all white people should be killed and stuff like that?" No one ever said that to him. Yeah. Anyway, David continues. They ain't supporting Biden. Well, Richard Spencer is supported by... No, Richard Spencer originally supported Bernie Sanders. He then switched to Biden. So some of these people you call Nazis actually do. David continues. Who was the one stamping their feet and refusing to accept the vote results, saying people had to fight? Right, I can't say this openly on YouTube, David, but I gave my reasons, mostly in Alt Tech exclusives, why I thought that was the right thing to do. David continues. Sure, comedians can make jokes about serious things, but they are comedians. They're not politicians claiming they could shoot someone and get away with it. Oh, really? Well, is he not allowed to have a sense of humour? I'm sure Joe Biden serious when he turned away from the microphone and said, "Oh, you better ask President Obama. I'm going." Was he? Was he serious then, or was he joking? Are politicians allowed to joke or not? Because if you criticise Trump for saying he could do, you know what? I can't say it on YouTube. You've got to criticise Biden for his dereliction of duty. Which is it? Which is he joking or not? David. Not saying I support comedians doing that, but it doesn't mean the left is inciting violence when we know as a matter of fact that the right have far more prevalence when it comes to being violent. Well, I think the average BLM riot, might disagree with you. Also, various other... Indeed, I do think this guy was probably quite left-wing. I know he donated to a Democrat cause. That is Crooks, the shooter. Look at the riots we've seen in Britain. Look at the stabbing. I mean, you do realise that stabbing in Southport was a hate crime. There's many other examples. There was been other people. There was a postman. Someone tried to kill a postman the other day. They tried to push him. He was waiting for the underground train, and when a train came into the station, someone tried to push him in front of the train. These are hate crimes, and they're left-wing hate crimes against white people. Both sides can be violent, I know that, and I denounce violence. I denounce for example, in Southport, there were attacks against places of worship. I don't support that. I'm opposing to that. I understand why people are angry, but there's no point being counterproductive. It's not more likely to be coming from the right. It actually comes from both. It seems to be from both sides, but the worst of it, in my opinion, is from the left. I've never seen... I mean, I know we've never seen the opposite with the race reversal situation of the stabbing, because it will be all over the news. And no way would anyone say, well, it's not a hate crime, it's not terror-related, and the guy was mentally ill, it's just knives. No one would say that if a white person did something like that to non-white people. David says, you can't keep saying things like woke left liberals and then chuck violence in there. It's a contradiction. No, it's not. It's not a contradiction at all. It's the behaviour some of them show. This is the problem with conspiracy theories and right-wing ideologies. They need the left to be simultaneously scary and violent, but also not aggressive or hard enough to deal with issues. The reality is both these things can't be true. Well, I think you can have like people who are not aggressive or hard enough to deal with serious things, and they tend to lose their heads and panic, scream that they're offended and things like that. But at the same time, those people's bad tempers can lead them to do extreme things like rioting or stabbings and things like that. Even put themselves into a place where they're going to shoot someone. They can. I think they can be true. They can both be true at the same time. And David Smith, just to add pizza, and then he says another word, which is basically a device which I can't. How do I say it? There's an Italian pastry dish, an Italian savoury pastry dish, and the device that regulates access to a garden, usually at the front of a house. Okay, I can't say that word on here. Okay, and I've never endorsed it. And I've never gone along with it. But anyway, David says this idea that it's violent left propaganda is nothing to what the right come up with. Not saying what the left says can't influence people to do bad things, but that's just more of that type of rhetoric comes from the right. That is an example, David. All right, I asked you for an example when some of Trump's rhetoric might have inspired people to do something illegal. That's a good example, all right? The person who went into that place and started shooting, they didn't kill anyone, but they did shoot a number of bullets into the building, and they could have killed somebody. I accept that. Oxford Graffiti 8, Hugo Rune. 18 minutes, picture of me with a spliff. Nice one. I always do, Dave. I always do, Hugo. I always see you with a spliff in hand, you know. We have Sebastian Moran, who says, oh, Mark Devlin, Oxford Tour. Well done, Ben, Mark, and all. Oh, you're welcome, Sebastian. That was a good one. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that video. I enjoyed the tour. It's very good. Israel Diego Rivera, genius to the real genius, says on Mark Devlin, Oxford Tour 2. That is a big mound. Yes, that's the Castle Mound on the New Road. That's right. Mark Devlin again. Seth Aaron Fletcher. It would be nice to see your videos in 1080p, Ben. Thanks. Right. Well, I mean, I have what do I have? I have like a mobile phone camera that will shoot in 1080p. I could use that instead. I don't know. I mean, I'll check my camera settings on the Sony. Yeah. Mark Devlin to Oxford 2. John Nolan. Hey, Ben. Seen Richard D. Hall on the news tonight? Yeah. He was indeed covered by several news channels. That was when I was actually at the trial myself. All right. But yeah, I mean, it's good publicity for him. People are going to look him up, you see. Streisand effect. The bad guys, in a way, have helped him. Right, and we have now notice of Old Tech exclusive. We hate gold. And Melvin Sherman says here, off topic, don't believe in Iron nonsense. What? Iron nonsense. I don't believe in iron nonsense. I remember he said once that he never liked sci-fi. He was only did it for the money. He was more of Western guy. Iron. Oh, was you talking about Elron? Elron Hubbard, yeah. He was more of a Western guy. Nothing to do with it. Never been a Western guy, to be honest. There are a few exceptions, but my point is, don't believe his garbage. Right. Well, I don't. I'm not a Scientologist, Melvin. Certainly not. I don't mind westerns. Some are good. There's a couple of good ones. I mean, we're sort of living in the post-Western era now, because it was before science fiction took off that westerns were really popular with the first TV shows and things like that. Oh, I like I like some of the classic ones. You know, like the Sergio Leone films in particular. The famous ones with Clint Eastwood and with the poncho. You know, the man with no name. They're the good ones. The spaghetti westerns, as they're called. Mark Devlin again. Steve R. Collier says, it was a trial run before the big storm hits to get the masses acclimatized to it, so less shock. Right. Are you talking about, what are you talking, 9/11? Oh, sorry, as you say here. Before the big solar storm hits, right, to get the masses accumulated for it. Yeah, I mean, no doubt a solar storm would be a good way of consolidating global power, wouldn't it? Yeah. So, when we are in the solar maximum, we could have another Carrington event. Yeah, we could. Oxford Graffiti 8, nothing as it seems, says, she came from planet Claire. What? I know she came from there. All the skies are pink and no one has a hair. This is, I don't know, this is a rhyme of some kind. Let's have a look.
Summer in Paris. The games can't begin.
Oh, I'll save the games.
Come on.
I'll be coming up hot for a minute. Everybody.
Okay, what's this? The B-52s. Oh, the B-52s. Planet Claire. Oh, I like the B-52s. Love Shack is a little place. Oh, this is one of their old ones. Look at that. I remember they had hair like this. I've heard this one. This is a good one. I like these. They were good, they were. Katie's still hot, I'll tell you. We've seen her lately. We've seen her recently. She's still pretty hot, I'll tell you. I think this is Okay, cheers. I've seen enough. But thanks very much. The Planet Cloud. All right, I've heard the song. Couldn't remember what it was called, but thank you very much. Dune Watch Read Party Review. Duke. 195 Duke says, Muad'Dib states that the Fremen have a saying, God created the earth to train the faithful. It was Arrakis, I think. It was Arrakis. But anyway, he carries on. One cannot go against the word of God. Fremen, why are you hiding? It's time to show your faces. Well, you know, I do like the idea of when the Fremen come back. It's something apocalyptic. It's almost like some people have compared the uprising of people protesting against the stabbings similar to that. They say the lion is rising and things like that. I was watching old Reverend Simon Sideways, and he's done this video called Finally! And he says, here we go.
Stab our kids, rape our kids, take the piss out of our country, take the piss out of our people. Fucking get put first, hate us, and expect us to pay for you. Let's just adjust this.
So he's driving his lorry.
How long can you literally make it quite clear that you're trying to take over our country and us be alright with it?
Yeah.
How many times can your religious people tell us how much they hate us?
Well, you see, this is where I disagree with him. I think this focus on Islam is a bit silly, and this is why I'm not a Tommy Robinson fan. It's just Islam this and Islam that. It's like something you get these other people on the right saying Jews this and Jews that. They're obsessed with Jews, just the way that some people are obsessed with Islam. And it's like that. You know what I think about that. You know, I think that's not a correct interpretation of the way things are. Right, Mark Devlin Tour. Blue Wool. It's Mr. Colin. How are you, Colin? Tony should be a full-time esoteric guide. He knows as much as anyone. He's also been to far too many events and conferences. I should know, as I've seen him there. Yes, so have I. We've both seen old Tony there. If you don't see him, you can be sure to hear him because his voice is so loud it carries like miles away. But yeah, he goes to all these events. He does. He's a real he's a real passionate. He's gone to more conferences than I have, I think. June Watch Read Party Review. Tessa111 says, is this the Lynch one with Baron Harkonnen played by Bert from Doc Martin? If so, he was perfectly cast. It is the Lynch one, yeah. I can't remember what the name of the actor was, but I think he's brilliant. He's brilliant as Vladimir Harkonnen, yeah. He's fantastic. Oh, great stuff, yeah. Same video, Mjolnir at the movies. Oh, Dave, how you doing? As Dave's own channel is yeah, Dave's still got this channel. He lost his other channel, but he's got this one still. I'm glad that's still there. Oh, that's still there. Good. Because, yeah, the bastards took down his other channel. Honestly, they're just disgusting, the censors. June Watch Read Party live stream. That's my most recent video. Blogger says, you should do a watch live stream on a storm foretold by Christopher Goldbranson, available on BBC iPlayer and the run-up to the US election in November. Seems quite timely. Right, not a bad idea, blog. I've heard of it. I haven't actually seen it. A lot of people are talking about it. But yeah, you're probably right. It wouldn't be a bad idea. June Watch Read live stream. And we have Sweeps Foxman. Hello, Sweeps. How you doing? Righto, Ben. You're talking here about the 1984 original Dune movie. Yes, I know also about Frank Herbert's book, but as you know, he did many sequels to the first book. The follow-up new Dune movie isn't a patch on the original. Yeah, it's not, Sweeps. Why? The original movie was very clear-cut sci-fi and opulent with heroic and villainous characters. The recent movie is more plain, melodramatic, brooding, multicultural affected. Paul's sister was a real important highlight in the original. The modern film never shown Paul bringing rain for the first time to Dune. The Water of Life and the Fremen were more disappointing emphasis, as well as the look of the worms in the newer Dune Part 2 film. I actually have nothing but distaste for the new Dune movie and its script and actors, so IMO. Yeah, I agree, Sweeps, it's really substandard compared to the Lynch, it really is. It's obviously it's more drawn out because the story itself is epic, and I mean Lynch condenses it quite considerably. But honestly, the Lynch one I think the Lynch one is really good. It's a shame it wasn't a success. But I think it deserves to be. Same video, David's Splendid Isolation. It is said that the spice melange was meant to be representative and analogous of crude oil and the way the modern world is deemed to revolve around it, and how the flow of oil must continue at all costs. I agree, David. I think I made that point myself, and I think it's true. The fact that Arrakis is based on the Middle East, it's modelled on the Middle East. The Fremen are modelled on the Bedouin, which is why I don't object to them not being white in the new one. So I mean, I dislike the cultural Marxism in the new one, but not having them white, I think is fair enough because they are based on the Bedouin. But the oil, you see, yeah, it's interesting because the Middle East supplies so much oil, and Arrakis produces the melange, which is essential for space travel in the same way that oil is essential for our travel, indeed everything else in our civilization. Dark Corners UK, thanks for another great video, Ben. You're welcome, Dark Corners. You're very welcome. And David's Splendid Isolation says on livestream, Dune livestream, the Bedouin are most likely the specific distant relatives of the Jews via Ishmael, Abraham's son that he had with Hagar, and interestingly enough, they traditionally and largely side with Israel to this day, instead of what we'd usually expect in that region. Alright, I didn't know that. They're quite likely to be Jews. I mean, in a sense, they were all Jews originally during the Exodus and during the during the Exodus when they left Egypt, when they escaped from Egypt, and then of course they were what's the word for when they're wandering for 40 days and 40 years in the wilderness? What's the word for that? I can't remember. There's a biblical word for that. You see it's likely that then, of course, it developed Christianity and Islam developed out of that faith. And and indeed, to this day forward, I mean, there are the Jews, the Christians, and there's the Sephardic Jews, the Christians, and the Muslim Palestinians make up the indigenous people of that region. Yeah, so I didn't know they supported Israel. Now I didn't know. I mean, there are Muslim Arab countries that support Israel. I mean, the UAE, for example, Jordan, Saudi Arabia. They're sort of pro-Israel. All right, and guys, so that's the, believe it or not, that is the end of the YouTube comments. Can you believe that? Yeah, and we're only like 43 minutes in, so it's time to go to BitChute, I think. So let's go to BitChute and see what's there. What's that? Right, here we go. Right. Reply to comments 99. Oops, what's going on? Oh, I've got a new window instead of a new tab. Doesn't matter. That's all right. So, discuss this video. No comments. Right. Trump shooting the live stream. I can't believe it. How come I've got fewer comments today? I don't know. For some reason, I've got fewer comments. Much fewer comments. I don't know if that's a part of the... I don't know if that's a part of the shadow banning. I don't know. Woden20 says, Trump will attain a God status and send Americans to help expand Israel, the greatest ally. A totally staged event. I think he is very well respected by people. I don't believe he will actually send Americans to help expand Israel. I mean, he had 4 years to do that, and he didn't before, so there's no reason to think he's going to do it this time. Based, I can't say that word, but it's based something. It's says here, predictive programming, Donald Duck. All right, now this is it's a meme. Actually, I could just show it to you here. It's a meme of, do you see it there? Donald. You can't see the reptilians. Put that on the Donalds. Oh, it's upside down. You see, you put it upside down. It looks, it's his hairstyle, and suddenly you can see everything because you see the aliens. Yeah. And then Cosmic Claire says here, this was actually an actual attempt on the Donald, not kabuki theatre. On the balance, and having looked at it on both sides of this, Claire, I'd have to agree. I think this was not staged. I mean, the guy got killed, for goodness sake. I mean, what's he, an actor? Is he sort of like one of these, like the one that they had at Manchester? I mean, it's too extreme. There's lots of other reasons for thinking otherwise. I know a lot of people. David Yorkshire doesn't agree with me. I know a lot of other people don't. But I do think it was a real attempt on the Donald, and it didn't work. Right. Oxford Graffiti 8. There we go. Discuss this video. Oh, we got a lot here. A typical freak. That's good, Dave says. Lotus, loads of trouble, usually serious. Oh, really? Well, it looks nice. Doesn't mean it goes well, you know. As a girlfriend of mine once said to me, until she found out. Woden20 says, on no borders are for the people who don't have to have lockable front door on their house. They haven't met many different types of people, victims in waiting. There's going to be a time, I think, when a lot of these people are going to be mugged by reality, Woden. I think if the plan is for there to be some kind of uprising and a massive disorder in this country, riots and attempts at massacres and things like that. Of course, if that happens, the police, the government will just bugger off to their bunkers, and the police will go with them. The police won't actually do anything, nor the military. I don't think it'll be up to us. And a lot of these people who've been voting Labour and stuff like that, they're going to say, "Oh my God, what's happening now?" And I says, "You tell me, mate. You've been voting for it your whole life." Yeah, I think it'll be up to us to defend ourselves if that happened. Hugo Rune, picture of me having a spliff. Nice one, Ben. I thought so, Hugo. You always have spliffs, don't you? Right. Rin Mechanics 12. Now, this is an Alt Tech exclusive that was not on YouTube. With Rin Mechanics 12, bricks through the G7 window. Right. So this could be why I've got fewer comments on YouTube, because I did several Alt Tech exclusive. No comments. Mark Devlin Tour 2. All right, just one comment. Very Harry Gant. Very Harry Gant. I know, I remember you. Yeah, nice one, Ben. Well done. You're welcome, Harry. Glad you enjoyed it. Dune Watch Read Party Review. Oops. Discuss this video. No comments. Dune Watch Read Party live stream. Discuss video. One comment. It's someone called You. Right, I should be live. That's their name, You. Hey, you fat piece of shit. Why don't you do some exercise instead of watching these Hollywood fucking paedophile movies, you fucking piece of shit? Right, well, you, seeing as you don't use your real name, which doesn't surprise me, why don't you go out and get a proper meal, you skinny bastard? When you walk along, you have to hold your hands out like that so you don't fall down gratings. You know, when you bend over, your bottom looks like a polo mint with two razor blades on each side. For God's sake, go out and get a proper meal, you anorexic wanker. Right, with that out the way, let's go to the notifications list. Right, going scrolling down. As I said, this is an absolute godsend, this notifications list. It's also infinite. It's not like Odyssey's only lasts about 10 days. Oh, so, I don't know, I've had far fewer comments on... Oh, Sweeps Fox. Alright, this is, I think, on one of his videos, yeah. Oh, it's a Sweeps video. I'll show you Sweeps video here. Recapping week's tangled webs of deceit and tragedies, yes. I did put some comments on it, because I thought I do like Sweeps' videos. They're really cool. Okay, scrolling. I scroll down these because there may be comments on old videos, like from before the ones I check. Because of course you can't check every single video, can you? That's what these notifications are for, and that's why Ray put them up. But why have I fewer comments than usual? Why are my comments rates going down? I mean, my viewing rates are still the same. I wonder why. Is it part of the shadow banning? Maybe people leave comments and they don't appear, because a couple of people have complained about that. Oh, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's because there's several people who leave lots of long comments that need long replies, such as Steve Mumbling. He doesn't post anymore. David Splendid Isolation is another. What's this? Click here for playlist. What's that? US faked the moon landings. Oh right, this is Brian Rue. Right, yeah. He just replied to me. Someone called Click Here for Playlist replied to me on one of Brian Rue's videos. Brian was this Canadian guy who's into UFOs. He's also into spirituality and pagan stuff. Okay, so that's okay. Let's carry on down here. Yeah, I mean, it could be just that a lot of the people who used to leave the longest messages now no longer comment, which is a shame. I mean, David Smith, for example, has commented this time, but he's been quite quiet for a number of months. And of course, Mumbling doesn't comment anymore, and I think that's a shame. I miss that to and fro. I miss the texture of spirited dissent, and which is a shame. I think that may be why I'm getting fewer comments. I'm grateful for the people, of course, who still do comment. We're nearly at the bottom now. We're getting there, guys. Like British Rail, we're getting there. Let's see how we're doing for time. I haven't used the timer today. I've still got 8 minutes left on hour 1. It's not going to be inside 1 hour, but it's not going to be much longer, I don't think, than 1 hour. Right. And that, as they say, is it. No. Oh, sorry, there's a few more. No, there's a few more here. Come on then. Oh, let's go. Nearly at the bottom. We're actually nearly at the bottom now. Yep, that's it. Right. So I'll just put mark as red. And okay, I'll wait for that. It takes a while to process and realise, as always, these things are a bit slow. Okay, so I'll go to BitChute notifications now. Mark as red. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Now, as always, I will go with Odyssey to. I'll select comments only. Right now then, I've only got one, which is Ivan Kozjedja again, and that is on reply to, because I use notifications now on Odyssey.
Conspiracy.
Right, and that is on reply to comments 99. Ivan Kozjedja says here. He's the guy who always comments on Odyssey. Thanks for the response, and I watched the video on the J words. However, I still maintain that it is highly relevant whether someone is a J word or not, or half, married to one, etc. Especially if it is someone in influential position. Why do I think this, you asked? There's enough material out there on the kind of things J's get up to from many different sources to fill a cathedral, despite incomplete attempts to have it deleted and banned, punished, etc. I find it implausible that any objective person looking into the J-word question would disagree. Right, well, I know there's a lot of material out there. I've actually read the culture. I haven't read the Culture Critique. I actually did watch, but I've watched lots of lectures by the author Kevin MacDonald. I've looked at other people who go along with the J thing. And I actually did incorporate that into my J video. So you may find it implausible that an objective person would disagree, but then clearly somebody does, and it's not implausible because I do think I have tried to treat this subject openly and honestly. I have tried to. I mean, under no circumstances would I ever tolerate opinions on this matter being deleted or banned or punished. Under no circumstances. I am a free speech absolutist, and I did try to look. I really did a lot of effort to look at both sides of this story, Ivan. I mean, you haven't actually mentioned anything specific here. If you want to leave any comments under that video, specific mistakes you think I make, I'll be happy to respond to you. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the Odyssey comments. So now we go on to Rumble. Okay, Rumble. Here we go, right. Rumble, drum belaboured. Okay, so we'll go through through the notifications. All right, so we start off with. I'll go through the videos first. Okay, reply to comments 99. Excuse me, yawn. Oh, yawn. That's a proper yawn, not I'm not a not my panting yawn. Right. A gravity mirror. I just noticed the date on the thumbnail of this video is incorrect. Perhaps, like me, you are stuck in a previous century. Yeah, it was actually. It was. I'm not going to change it now. I'd have to bloody re-edit and re-upload the video. But it actually says 10/7/99, the 10th of July 1999. It's the 99th comments reply video. It should have said 24. I'm not bloody changing it now. But thanks for letting me know. Kingsley. Hello, how are you doing? I've been thoroughly impressed by the content in your videos and see potential growth for your channel. All right. Don't tell me, Kingsley. You have £50,000 in gold bullion in a vault in Lagos, and it's all mine. All I have to do is send you the $200 transfer fee, don't I? Yes, left for me by a Nigerian princess. You think we're born yesterday, don't you? I'm not even gonna put a reply tag on that. Gravity Mirror says, Loosh, a term used by New Agers without any agreed definition. I think the Chat GPT explanation is as good as any for a change. Let's see, what's it say here? Definitions.net, Loosh. Let's have a look. I've got to cut and paste this. Oh, couldn't you put a hyperlink in Gravity Mirror? Or maybe it's not possible. Let's have a look anyway. Loosh, alright. Loosh is a term that originated from the metaphysical and spiritual community in the context of New Age belief. It refers to an alleged form of energy or life force that is generated by sentient beings, especially humans. Right, some proponents of Loosh believe the negative emotions like fear and anger and suffering produce a more potent and desirable form of Loosh, which may be harvested by non-physical entities for their own benefit. I actually agree with that. I think that's probably true. I do. Controversial, I know, but I think that's probably true. Gravity Mirror. Yeah, I think if you look at the way that those negative emotions are generated, and about how they are, and how it seems to be very important that we feel this way. Maybe there is somebody out there, or probably outside of our perception, benefiting from it. I mean, it's rather like that film. You ever seen the film, what's it called? Not Toy Story. Monsters, Inc. Well, the monsters in the monster, they go through these interdimensional portals into children's bedrooms and scare them to generate energy. You know, I really think that's true. Yeah. So I agree with you there. Dark entities, reptilians can absorb Loosh, savour it and benefit in some way. They're constantly and actively trying to create pain and despair in human society. I couldn't put it better myself, Gravity. Right. We now have David Icke, who says here, oh, no, it's not David Icke. So I thought David Icke was commenting on me. David actually did reply to me on Facebook once. Hang on. Oh, God, I've got to get back there to the clipboard. How are we doing for time? Nearly right. Nearly finished. I'll just finish this particular video, then we'll move on to hour 2. We have here David. This is a quote from David Icke. There is no global cult with the exception of Russia. There's a global cult. Right. I don't agree with that. In the same way, David never sort of came along to the Trump side of things. He was always saying that Trump was a bad guy too. He was just another one of them, and I never believed that. This is looking at the face of tyranny. All right. Worksheet. Oh, this is the Rumble video here. Oh wow, I've got to follow David Icke. Looking at the face of tyranny. David Icke dot connector works either way. The Starmer and for Zelensky. Yeah. So yeah, I don't agree with David on that, but that's a long story. Alright guys, so that is reply to comments video done. I'm going to just see that's it. So what I'll do is I'll go on to the next one in hour number 2. Okay, back for hour number 2, going to Rumble. And we have now Trump shooting live stream. Here we go. Gravity Mirror says here, again, I'll just add a few random text messages and things. As yet, no explanation for this incident. No explanation for the incident makes complete sense. It does look like someone has tried to kill Trump with a headshot. No one could miss so accurately as to just graze his ear without considerable risk to life. Oh, absolutely, get Gravity. You can't actually William Tell some people in real life. You know, it's you. If you're shooting at them, you're gonna hit. You can't just shoot at them to make it look like you're gonna shoot them and just miss them just slightly. You risk killing them if that's the case. Gravity continues. For this to have been entirely staged with no actual shooting would require a lot of disparate and very dishonest people to have conspired, given there are 2 named fatalities and 2 seriously injured. The conspiracy would need to include quite a few medical staff and maybe even some hospital porters. Seems unlikely. With hospital porters, it is impossible, Gravity Mirror. I will not stand for it. We would never do such a thing. Magdalena says, Magdalena QG. Are you who I think you are? I know someone with that name in real life. Don't know if that's you. Well, look at every single stage event in the past decades. 9/11 for a start. Always dead people involved. Some of them are verifiable, some not. Many not. There may be an element of real, an element of military exercise, or whatever PR exercise. Well, it can't be ruled out, Magdalena, but you know, I don't think it fits in this case. It doesn't. I mean, if it does, well, you know, he'd have had to have some kind of tomato ketchup sachet on his ear. A lot of people would have to be in it. People who heard the shots. A lot of people would have witnessed the casualties going down. It's possible, but I mean, there's far easier ways to. If Trump wanted to stage something to make him look like a hero, there are less complex ways of doing it, which are less likely to go wrong. Anyway, Oxford Graffiti 8. Did I do? I better just check I've done all the comments in that video. Trump shooting live stream. I think that was all of them, yes. Yeah, Gravity Mirror, Magdalena. Yeah, I've done them all. Right. No comments. Rin Mackay's 12 bricks through the G7 window. And this is the Alt Tech exclusive again. Right, Gravity Mirror says... Hi Ben, I commented on the main discussion on Rin's channel, but there's enough in your intro and outro to comment on separately here. Oh, sorry, I've got to just put in the extra bitsies. Right, you say the West is wholly occupied by the Illuminati. I'm wondering where you draw the line between that's wholly occupied and what isn't. Here's a map which I think shows the extent of their occupation in blue. Let's have a look. Right, it's a tough question, you know. Actually, it really is. I'm not sure I could answer you completely. Right, this is our world in data. Right. So, right, I see what you mean. There's Yemen and the Democratic Republic of Congo appear to be the only. And Haiti. Are they the only? Are the only countries who said no? I know lots of Southern Africa are actually very averse to this because of their history and the fact that they know that the presence of AIDS, the AIDS thing, has been a has made Africans very suspicious, sub-Saharan Africans, of any new vaccinations that might come along, and I quite agree. But anyway, I don't have a full answer to you, but I do believe, for reasons I've explained, I mean, I've done a couple of videos on this, Russia appears to be operating outside the normal chain of command. I think we can establish that. Avalon to Avalon says, Albion to Avalon says, I like it when Ben makes Rin giggle with hilarity. I'm quite pleased I amuse her, I must say. I didn't think I was that entertaining, but Rin obviously thinks I am. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay, right. So extras, and there we go. Sweeps Fox, hello Sweeps. How are you? Hope you're doing all right. Yo, Ben, actually notified by Rumble, so good, eh? Well, Sweeps, Rumble seem to be on the case now, don't they? Yup, we all know why this wouldn't be acceptable by YouTube censorship. So much of this lengthy production to cogitate on for those needing a brush up on the many points raised. Undeniable repolarization of geopolitics, i.e. the BRICS evolution. Many things remain out of public awareness. Gravity Mirror and the X-Series comments here should be taken into account by folks wanting to expand on your content. Thanks, Ben and Rin, and all here. The swinging of eras. Thanks, Sweeps. Yeah, it is undeniable that the power structures of the world are shifting. Some of it might be intentional. I think the reduction of American power was intentional, but I don't think the powers that be, or the powers that were, I don't think they really intended to create the world they have. And we have the X series, as always, with lots of links here. I think these are probably links you showed me before, X series, but I'll have a look. Let's have a look. Hello again, Ben. Please give us, all your viewers, your intelligent commentary about the Iranian scientist Mehran Keshi, who has developed free energy technology in cooperation with the BRICS countries, the Chinese government and Chinese military. Well, I could give you my opinions on that X series, or you could go and watch the video. I made a number of videos on this, actually. Let's have a look. I remember very well. Here we go. Yes, Keshe Foundation, free energy release day 1. My free energy reply to reactionary expat. Is that the only one? Yeah. I think that's the only one I did on Keshe specifically, but you can always go to my free energy portal. There's other stuff on Keshe. I think I did probably some HPANWO voice articles on it. Where is it? Free energy. There we go. That's probably more on Keshe. Yeah. So it's all on here. So by all means, rather than me replying to you, it's easier just for you to go and watch the videos, X series. Please see attached Rumble YouTube videos. Free energy and super technology already exist today. Mehran and Tavakoli Keshi, BRICS countries. Right, oh, is this right? Let's have a look. Now, who was it? It was old. I think it was old. Raza Vihari talked about this. Right, this is who's this here? All right, this is another interview with Keshi, I think. Oh, this is on X series on his video. Free energy and super technology already exists. Right, I'll give that a like already.
If you can't manifest abundance, there are 3 simple reasons why not.
Because you're boring.
I see so many people getting this.
There we go.
The 7-second morning loophole is blowing people's minds. Harvard and Stanford scientists have confirmed.
All right. Well, it's an hour long.
And you are welcome. I'm very happy and
Eleonora Fanny. Oh my God, what a name.
honored to be able to host you on my channel.
And I think she sounds
a system which replicates the work of the, let's say, planet Earth. It can move.
Right, your X series, thank you very much for that. Right, no problem, thank you very much. Creation of hydrogen gas from universal energy. This is him as well. There we go. Let's have a look. Okay, I'll have a look at that. Have I got you on share screen? There we go. What have you got for me today? And this is the X series again. Oh, right, a flying car. Hey! One giant leap.
Show this.
Oh, it's a 5-minute video.
Make hydrogen.
But thank you very much for that. Thanks, X series. Thank you very much. I'll check the rest of those. Watch those in more detail later. And that's it. So that's Rin Michaelis done. And now Mark Devlin Oxford Tour 2. One comment. Mermaid 55. Thanks for the video, Ben. It's great to listen again, as lots of information. It's actually good second time around. Thanks, everyone, for their input. Oh, you're very welcome, Mermaid. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Do come along, because Mark will do more of these. Do come along to them. You'll be very, very welcome. And then finally, June, watch Read Party Review. Oh, and Sweeps has actually repeated the comment he left on YouTube, and here we have someone called Berezivki. Hi, Ben the JR Porter. I appreciate your engaging videos and efforts. As a digital marketing expert, I can help you grow your Rumble channel. Yes, I know, I'm sure. And I'm sure you've got some photographs of your wife naked as well. All I have to do is pay a little fee to get through the paywall, don't I? Yeah, okay. Right, June Watch Parade Party live stream. No comments. I'm just going to go now through the notifications because I do get some notifications, probably on old videos and things like that. Show more. Oh, right, I do, yeah. Oh, Doomsday Conspiracy. Yes, right. This is what I mean. This is why I always try to go through old comments. Right, Doomsday Conspiracy live stream. We have here Best 001. Hello there. Your video is fantastic and interesting. I must commend you having. Oh God, not another one of these bloody things. Ugh. And I've already left a reply to comment on there, so it doesn't count. Okay. I'll just have another look. Sweet fox, right. Okay, so now, so let's go here. Jack Norse. All right, here we go. Jack Norse. Who is Jack Norse? Let's have a look. What started following my channel? Let's have a look. Jack Norse started following my channel. I'll follow him back. There we go. Right. He commented on Juice. Right. See, this is why I always go through old videos. I'll just double check I've actually commented on that one. Right. Okay, so Gravity North Jack. Sorry, I'll have to go down a bit more, I think. 26 days. Did I do this one? Sure, I did this one. It's 26 days. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I did that one. So I'm just checking previous videos I've done. Oh, right, as the guy who's fed posting. Yeah. All right. Okay. Kingsley. All right, we've got Kingsley. Kingsley I've done on that. Reply to comments 99. Trump shooting. Right, Jack Norse commented on the video called Jews. Now, this video was banned from YouTube for hate speech, which is ironic because it's kind of like debunking anti-Semitism. Jack Norse says, thank you. Oh, I'll just say, you're welcome. I'll just write it here. You're welcome, Jack. So thanks, Jack. There you go. You're welcome, Jack. There we go. Okay, so we carry on up here. That's Rin Michaelis done. Mark Devlin. Doomsday Conspiracy. All right, that I think it turned out to be an ad, didn't it? Yeah, it was just hello, your video is fantastic and interesting. I can help you boost your channel. Here we go. That's it. Just Radam started following my channel. Okay, that is Rumble done. Now I'm going to go to TikTok, and then I mustn't forget TikTok. I've got two comments on TikTok. Let's have a look. No, I haven't. Sorry, I've only got someone just liked a comment I put on one of Sargon's videos, and someone called Database is following me. Let's have a look. What's Database have to say? Oh, they look quite interesting. All right, I'll follow back. Right, so that is and I've got loads of who's been uploading to my channel.
My little
needs to go big or go home.
You think that anti-white...
Okay. So, right, all that's left now is to go back to YouTube and check out the notifications since the last, since I started this video, I think, and then that's it. So, let's just go back. Let's have a look. Blah de blah. None. Right, so I'm afraid that is it. Right, after just 1.25 hours, we come to the end of the 100th reply to comments video. Well, that's not, but at least I've done 100 videos, but for some reason I've had fewer comments. Like I said, there may be several reasons for this. But anyway, I would like to thank everyone who's left a comment on this video. I was really, really pleased. It was great fun. Even some of the rude ones were quite funny and gave me a chance to make a joke out of them. So what's coming up next? Well, I'm back from Dorset, my tour. That's where I've been for the last few days, which is why I've been quiet. My tour video is currently being edited, not just by me, but by Neil Ward. He's also editing it, so that'll be up soon. I've also got my trip to Swindon and several other things I'm going to do. Also, another watch-read party. It's the 5 people you meet in heaven. So we're going to kick that off with an introduction at some point as well. In the meantime, thank you all of you for your comments, much appreciated, and thank you all for watching HPANWO TV. Hospital Porters, pride and dignity, stop the New World Order.
Conspiracies, government cover-ups, Earth mysteries, monster cryptids, psyops, saucers and black triangles, HPANWO.